Last week, I got to see one of my favorite movies, Shrek, brought to life in Cardinal Foley's musical, and it was spectacular. For almost 2 hours, I watched as our children, dressed in costumes of favorite fairy tale characters, ranging from Snow White all the way to Cinderella, Pinocchio to the Gingerbread Man, each of them representing a story filled with danger and high stakes. There are Prince Charmings and heroic victories, critical character arcs, and triumphant weddings. It was exciting, especially as their pastor, to see the children playing their parts, moving about the stage, singing themselves into a make-believe world where, even just for a moment, such drama it felt almost real. And for their sake, I wish it was. I wish it was. But the truth is, it's all a lie. Real life is not a fairy tale. There is no magic wand that will rescue us from paying our bills. There is no talking donkey that will keep us company in difficult times. St. Cardinal Newman said, "We like to hear marvelous tales which throw us out of things as they are and introduce us to things as they are not. We love to fancy ourselves involved in circumstances of danger or trial and acquitting ourselves well under them. Such is the state of young persons before the world alters them, before the world comes upon them with its withering, debasing, deadening influence. And just as the bleakness of ostensible reality sets in, there is the empty tomb in all of its protest. See, the power of the empty tomb is that its proclamation to the world is that everything Jesus said, all that he did, his view of reality is true. There are kingdoms at war. There is a dragon to slay. Souls need to be ransomed. Real lives are at stake. The empty tomb awakens us to the truth of our reality, which, quite frankly, is far better than fiction. And so we find ourselves this morning in a drama where good conquers evil. The bridegroom gets the bride, and the victory is celebrated, yes, at a real wedding banquet. But what makes Christianity so bold, more than any other religion in existence or on the planet today, is that it claims all of this drama plays out even in time, and therefore is subject to human science and scrutiny. Just as John rushes to the tomb, he sees and believes. So Jesus, afraid of nothing, invites all of us to do the same. In fact, one such person did. His name is Lee Strobel. As a journalist, he went to see what could be found, and his findings are in a book which I highly recommend you read. It's called The Case for Christ, and he lays all that evidence out. Okay, but if that victory is true, then what of the contrast between the Christian narrative and admittedly our daily experience? I would say for Christians today, the victory of God, honestly, is hardly visible. Most young people do not follow Christ. Many Christians have the habit of faith, but not the conviction, and therefore their lives remain unchanged, indistinguishable from their agnostic counterparts in morals. Sin and evil seem as prevalent and rampant as that it always has been, all of which begs the question, okay, so then where is the power of the gospel now? What is this victory that I'm meant to celebrate? What good is the claim that Christ conquered death when he can't even conquer CNN or Fox News? Well, the answer is because that's not the war he's fighting. Embedded in the question is the mindset of the apostles who, after Easter, looked at Jesus and said, okay, so Now are you going to restore the kingdom to Israel? Meaning like from Rome? They totally missed the point. Jesus isn't fighting Rome the same way he's not fighting communism or inflation. Although I wouldn't mind if he did. His battle is against the devil. And the field is the human heart. And every day that we respond to his invitation to follow him, whether it's across the waters of baptism or on the cross of life's troubles, the power of the resurrection awakens within us. The victory of Easter becomes our claim. And more the life and the attributes of Jesus Christ become my own. Monsignor James Shea said the best way to change the world is to focus on my conversion. And that's true. But what that means then is that changing the world is actually secondary. It's a consequence of first allowing the gospel to change my heart. Until we, like the early Christians, have given ourselves entirely over to Jesus Christ and are like him in every way. So as we gather today in wonder at the great triumph of the empty tomb, the victory of the Lamb over the dragon, we can already see in it the beginning of our adventure and the invitation to the drama of the Christian life, complete with kingdoms and dragons, danger and high stakes, character arcs, and yes, wedding banquets. And if we stay the course and we keep the faith, we get the happily ever after.